Hi all, welcome back. So in this module we are going to discuss about select statement, different options supported by select statement. So I'm going to use X database called SampleDB, so which is already created, and I'm going to create a new table called table1 with 4 columns: country name, state name, student name and age. Country name, age or country name, student name and state name are character data types. Age is a integer data type. So let's execute this statement, and once you execute, you could refresh the database and see a new table is created. And if you expand, you could see there are 4 columns are there: country name, state, student name, age. And if you execute select statement, you could go to select, new query editor, and once you execute, you will get 0 records because we didn't insert any records into the data. So let's insert some dummy data into the table. So I'm going to insert some 8 records. So select the statement and execute. And once you insert successfully, you could see few rows are affected. So let's execute the select statement and see we are able to retrieve 8 records from the table called table1. And I believe you all will be able to execute this statement. So you know how to execute or how to create a table, how to insert some data and how to retrieve some data from a table. So if you are executing or if you are retrieving entire data, we could specify all the columns, and if you want to retrieve all the columns, you could either use star also. So both will give same result. Similarly, if you want to retrieve only one column, you could use single column names. And if you execute, you could see that column is listed here. So here there are 8 records are there. So if you want to retrieve only one column from the 8, you could use top 1 record from the table called table1, and you will get only 1 record. And if you use top 2, you will get 2 records, and if you use 3, you will get 3 records. But if you use 50, you will get 8 records because there are maximum or there are only 8 records are there, and you will be able to retrieve all the 8 records. So this is how top is working. Similarly, you could see the country name or column name is country or country name, and if you want to rename as country, you could use as or alias, then you could specify country. So once you specify a new column name called country, for the country name you will get the result as country. And if you want to give this column as just A, and if you execute, you will get all the data as A as the column names. So I want to show it as country, and once you specify country, you could see the values appeared as country. But if you remove as also, in that case also it will list the data as country. Make sure that there is no comma. If you specify one comma, it means that it's expecting another column. And if you specify one comma, it will give an error, say that invalid column name country. So if you specify one comma, it will check whether there is any column called country inside the table1, and it will list a error, say that invalid column name country. So because there is no column called country, but if you didn't specify, it means that country name should be appeared as country. And you could specify as also if you want to rename a column name. Now let's see other options. Say if you want to rename age column, say age is there, and if you want to rename age as current year age or age in 2020, you could simply mention that and you could execute. Now you could see our column age is renamed as age in 2010 or 2020. Now our age is in 2020. So if you want to calculate age in 2090, you could use simple mathematical operation. Say age minus 1 will give last year age. Say age minus 1 will give last year age. Similarly, plus 1 will give next year age. So by using simple mathematical operation also we could derive new column. By using simple mathematical operation you could derive new column. Say if you want to give a name, say for the derived column you could see no column names is there. So if you want to give, you could specify new column names by using alias. So I want to give age in 2019 and here I am going to give age in 2021. So you could use as also. So you could see now we derived two new column. One is age in 2019 and one is age in 2021. Similarly, you could perform other mathematical operation also, maybe 10. In that case it will be 2031. Also you could perform mathematical multiplication, division, all these are possible. So we saw how to derive a new column by using integer mathematical operation. But what about this column? Say these are string data types. So what will happen if you apply plus operation with the string data types? So I want to apply a plus operation. Say so if you execute this statement, what kind of output? Will it result in any error or will it give any output? So let's execute this and you could see a new column, no column names with the value USA and Washington. So if it is a string data types, plus operator will concatenate the data. So we can't read the data properly because there is no space. So let's add one small space between these two words. So for that you could add one space. So by using plus symbol you could concatenate string value. So let's execute this one. Now you could see USA Washington and you could give a name, meaningful name as country and state. Now you could see we derived a new column called country and state by using country and state name. And similarly, if there is a first name and last name, you could derive full name by using the same technique. So in this video we saw how to retrieve some data using select statement and how to retrieve data top 10 records or top 5 records by using top, and how to use alias and how to derive new columns. In next video we will see some more advanced options supported by select statements. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.